So what's the story we hear out of Washington day after day after day? Why can't these two parties get together? Why can't there be any semblance of civility down there? What is going to solve the gridlock? Well, we're trying to help today. Niki Tsongas, our own congresswoman from the 3rd District, is here. But who's that next to her? A Republican? And he's in Congress? This is Mike Turner, a Republican from Ohio, the Dayton area, I guess, for those who don't know. What are you two doing so close together, and what are you doing smiling together, Niki?
Well, we actually have a great relationship, and it's been a very productive one. We're both members of the House Armed Services Committee that oversees our military. Both became, through different avenues, aware of the great challenge of sexual assault in the military, and have worked together now for about 5 years. To implement, prevent legislation and implement some very significant reforms.
Yeah, you had the bill that came out, was it in April, I think, of this year, and you had been working on it for a while. I know presumably you had as well. So things can get done bipartisanly down there.
Absolutely, and they do on a regular basis. But what's been very important about this partnership is that it really has taken both of us. As we've approached the issue of sexual assault, it's been on a substantive and bipartisan basis. Every year that we've run a bill, which has been the last 5 years, the bill, I think, is much better because our staffs work together and because we work together. And also our communities have very similar assets. Niki was just with me and in Dayton, where we toured Air Force Base, and yesterday I was here touring Hanscom and then other places in her district, including the New Balance factory. There's a lot of similarities, and it's nice to be able to share those.
I really like this premise. I think Congress ought to be mandated on this, where you have to go to the district of somebody on the other side and get to know who they are and where they're from, because you now know some things about Niki, and you know where she lives, and you know some of the issues that her district faces that you otherwise wouldn't know. She's just a name and a number and a vote to you otherwise. I think this is a healthy thing.
I do too, and I think it really also shows the contribution of the perspective, because we know that when we do get together, because we have similar districts but different districts, different backgrounds, that we can get a better product when we work together.
I'm trying to think of who I'm going to
work together from the outset. So as each piece of legislation comes forward, it is a bipartisan product from the beginning. It's a collaborative process. We work together as we shape it, but it is a bipartisan process and a bipartisan.
So why do you guys get it, but nobody else gets it down there? I mean, why do we all? We just read in the paper today that not only the two parties, your party, Niki, apparently is upset with your president. They're not working together. Like, why can nobody work together down there? I don't get it.
Well, I think sometimes you just hear too much of the failures instead of the successes. Yeah.
Well, we got much more work to do on the sexual assault issue, for starters, and you're going to get more people on board down there and more people to understand the serious nature of this issue. So many times down there, it seems like people just want to look away. Why ruffle feathers? Why get involved? Why do this? Why do that? You guys have been banging your heads against that wall for years.
Well, and as a result of the bipartisan effort, we've had strong support for it. So as each year's legislation that we've introduced works its way through the process, we have strong support from the Democratic side of the aisle and from the Republican side of the aisle. And it's reflective of the fact that it has been crafted from the outset by a Republican and a Democrat. And we'll continue to do that. As you say, it's not over. There's much more yet to be done. Our oversight role is critically important. But even as I was at Wright-Patterson Monday, we heard again about something we need to look at, and we will do that as we continue to, challenge the services to change their culture and address this across the board in a way that is meaningful and drives real change and drastically lowers the numbers.
Well, I have you here, an issue that I bet he just saw peripherally yesterday. Is the market basket thing going to get worked out or not, Niki? That's right in the heart of your district. I mean, we still can't understand, how can this still be going on? We're hearing Friday. Is that what you're hearing? You got any insight for us? Give us hope.
I certainly hope so. I've been going to other supermarkets. Market Basket has been my supermarket of choice for my entire adult life. And as I've been forced to go elsewhere,
You've been to protests. You've gotten involved in this thing.
Well, I did send a letter encouraging the board of directors to reinstall Arthur T. He has made a tremendous difference. As I was first elected to Congress, I started to do Congress on Your Corner at Market Basket. I'd always gone there because it was my market of choice, as I said, but they were willing to let me host this meeting with residents of a community, and I learned firsthand how far people were willing to travel because of the low-cost, high-quality food, and that's what everybody is really missing tremendously.
You got to look this thing up, because this is a fascinating case study in employers and employees' loyalty and what they will will do and where they will go. I've never seen anything like it in the country, but on the other hand, we all want a peaceful resolution, and we want it yesterday so we can get back in there and get to shopping again.
Well, it's really hurting the employees, you know, who risk losing their job and their income, and it's really hurting the customer.
And it's hurting the other businesses around in those
absolutely. I went into a store that abuts the market basket I traditionally go to, and their business was down 45%. So it's not sustainable, and I'm glad to see the two governors of New Hampshire and Massachusetts engaged, and I'm very hopeful that this Friday deadline is meaningful.
I'm glad to see you two getting together and doing some productive work down in D.C. The good news is you got to travel to her district. The bad news is next year I'm picking Harry Reid as the district.
That may be a little more difficult.
Maybe just Congressman Turner. Great to see you. Welcome to Massachusetts.
Thank you, Vivi. Nice
Great
to
to see
be
you
here.
always. And congratulations, you're going to be a grandmother again.
I am imminently.
Could be any minute, right?
Any minute, yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
Good
great.
luck. Got
Thank
a boy,
you.
now she's going to have a girl. We'll see how that goes. Good luck to you on that one as
Great.
well.
Thanks.
Quick break, a lot more to do when we come back here on the Fox 25 Morning News. Stick around.